I opened the curtain so I'm more visible.
There you go. Our guest has started talking, doesn't adhere to discipline. I tried to tell him not to talk yet, but unfortunately, he decided to rip the show apart. Irfan is right there. He'll join us in a second, but first, I want to just mention it's still called Cyrus Says. The painting is still for sale. That's my wife and my wife's duplicate. She's not for sale. Well, no, not as of now. No one in the family is for sale. But I, with the pandemic, I'm keeping all the options open. However, want to quickly rant. I hope Irfan will join me here. It's very difficult for me to like the Mumbai police anymore. I just every day they disappoint me further. It's like that girlfriend that you know on the way out of the relationship. Every day there's a worse story, a worse moment. It's exactly like that. Because how many people are going to call the police their girlfriends? Another story. But every single time I've said this before, but every single time they do that nakabandi in the rain, they just abandon it and cause a traffic jam at 8:10 in the morning on Marine Drive because they put all the damn things in place. None of them are to be seen. They've run away because it's raining. They don't want to work at that point. And they just leave the mess there, and we're all trying to negotiate, including BST buses. And I suffered a 6 minute delay. 6 minutes can cost me my life because, as you know, I work with surgical precision. With me right now is Irfan. Irfan, please, now you can talk as much as you want to. Actually, you could have talked then also. It's quite an informal, crappy show. By now, you've understood the gist of it. You've been on it before. First, congratulations on the painting. MF Hussain must be very proud that just before he passed away, somebody ripped him off. Huh? What did you sell him a pastry, take a painting behind his back? What the hell
This
is that?
is this is not an MF Hussain. It's one of my wife's collections, but I have no idea who the artist is.
Artist is. So let's call him Raju Bhai. Let's
Yeah,
just
let's
pretend.
call him Raju Bhai because it is a
Raju Bhai.
village scene.
Normally, the rich do the village scenes and the poor do the urban scenes. I mean, isn't that the way people
I think
escape
that's
their
how it is.
fantasies?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's like me pretending I'm single for 15 minutes every single day in the bathroom alone. Irfan, firstly, thanks for coming back. You've been on the show before, and it's very difficult to get a guest back. Generally, they only do it because of ill health, and Alzheimer's and those kind of things. They don't remember they were on the show. I don't want to bore you with the entire story again. Uh, I've got my research team has given me 32 pages on your early because that's fascinating. The fact that you grew up in Philippines. I remember last time I think spent about half an hour just on Philippines and languages and cultures and all that,
We did.
and
Yeah.
another 20 minutes on Star Wars and very little on food. So this time I thought we could really focus on food, which is why you're famous, why you're who you are. And so we'll just quickly go over the beginning. You were born for there are 8 new listeners to the podcast. They were born after the last one, so they're really young, and we'll speak slowly for them. Um, so Philippines was you were born in, I won't say 1970 and all that because that ages you. I'll just say you were born many years ago in the Philippines, and so
So listen, I'm
you
gonna
so you
correct.
lucky bastard. You're a Filipino. You're not an
Can I?
Indian.
But
Ah!
Can I correct you there?
Yes, please.
I was born in Colombia, in
Oh, right,
South
right, right, right,
America.
right, 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 right,
Yes.
right,
And
right.
then lived in Mexico, where my sister was born, lived in Guatemala. So the first 4 years were in South America. And then eventually, when I was four, we moved to the Philippines, where we
There you
then
go.
lived for 9 years.
So I won't do the stereotypical behind the painting is the mall. I mean, that's just ridiculous that Colombia should be connected with only that. I mean, you
Exactly.
reached the
There's so
semifinals of
much
the Copa
more.
Americana. Yeah, like
Yeah.
other mall.
Yeah.
Actually, thanks to Netflix and all that, there's been a surge of knowledge on South American narcos, if you know what I mean. I've,
Yeah,
I've gone
which
through
is
almost all the
unfortunate, but
programs. Yeah.
it should be. There's so much more to. I don't remember South America at all, and so I definitely want to go back sooner, definitely than later. Otherwise, I don't want to
That
be.
sentence is very poetic. I don't remember, hence I'll go back. Because any part of the world you've gone to, why the hell would you go back to it? It's always disappointing.
Exactly. Yeah.
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 So the early years was all that. Then you landed up in India, blah blah blah. You went to Sophia Polytechnic, if I remember correctly.
That's
We used to
correct.
have the
That's
same
correct.
circle of friends for a little while, and I won't. Because I don't want to promote alcohol, but we used to drink, let's say, colored liquids and go to
Yes.
bars and those
Dark
kind of
colored
things.
liquids.
Dark colored liquids with ice inside it and
Yes.
whatever's your fancy. So those were the old days. But then you grew really fast after that. Suddenly it's amazing how if I look back. So you were there, we were all hanging out, nobody knew what anyone was doing, and then suddenly you were this big shot chef. You're one of those guys who got a very high profile name very quickly because I think you've never been tied down to one type. It started with that under the over, if I remember correctly.
That's
Please
correct.
correct me if I'm wrong.
That's correct.
Uh,
Yes.
which was which was quite like a breath of fresh air for us, that steak ranchero, we spoke about it the last time as well. I think about it and already I'm salivating. Of course it's banned, and
Why
please
she
don't eat
make it
that.
for
I mean,
you?
no, you can't. The government said we can't eat it. In Assam, by the way, now you can't eat it at all. From today, they passed a bill saying that you cannot eat that kind of meat
Oh,
for some
really?
reason. There's some religious reasons behind it, which I have not followed fully. But yeah, so no steak ranchero for me. Anyway, so it
Buffalo
started. It goes
ranchero.
back. But is that allowed? That whole thing is a gray area, man.
No, buff is allowed. Buff is allowed.
Stop
So
calling
buff
it
is not
buff.
an
Then it
issue.
sounds
So
all
I
cute and
there's
sweet,
still
and I feel
hope.
bad eating it. Okay, but then there's even more growth after that. One thing is there, which I've noticed with you restaurateurs. Let's call you the flamboyant, high-profile restaurateurs of Mumbai, and there are a few of you now. Uh, they always need to move on. It's almost like the artistic side that you have to move on to the next venture or the next cuisine or the next type of market also, which will just go over some of the restaurants, and they're very different from one another. So let's just tell
Yeah.
us, when you start off, there's no sense of permanence. You don't want to just stay with one thing and just watch that grow alone, like a business would, a businessman, I presume, would.
Yeah. So
If it's
Cyrus,
too
it's
serious
like
a question, I can ask you something about
no, no,
sex.
no. It's
But I really want to know because uh, that too. I see, Irfan.
that
That's
we can
also part
cover
of
that
your,
topic in
yeah.
10 seconds.
It's in your portfolio. 10 seconds. Oh shoot! So my 5 is not the world record. Damn you. Okay, all right. Yeah.
So
So
yeah, I think what tends to happen is that I think the reason why people move is one. I think it's all about the experience. So at some point, you have a certain a way of thinking and the way that you want your career to grow. You will have many people who stay in organizations for 15 and 20 years. Maybe doing different roles, especially in a five-star hotel where it's possible to do that. I had very clearly made up my mind that I didn't want to join a five-star hotel. And for me, that was I was very clear about that. I don't agree to the way five-star hotels function, but then that's another topic for another
what
day.
does that mean? Why? Why?
It's just it's
In a
just very
nutshell.
bureaucratic.
Ah,
You have to
okay.
follow certain norms, and there's certain ways things need to be done, and it just didn't work for somebody like me. So for me, restaurants were the way to go. And it's like restaurants eventually shut down, right? So if a restaurant shuts down, you don't have a choice but to move on. Luckily for me, none of the restaurants that I was with shut down. But for me, I think it was more about growth eventually, and learning so much more. Having grown up in the Philippines, I wanted to pursue Southeast Asian food because Southeast Asian food for me is just absolutely phenomenal. But if you look at a lot of people ask me and they said you've moved so many restaurants, but each one has been a learning. If that doesn't happen, then everything is for naught. But because you've been able to move on, your experience is so much more. The people who you work with, eventually there are differences in the way you think. There are differences in the way you want to function, ethically, non-ethically. And at the end of the day, you have to define who you are as a person. And if the organization you're working with doesn't necessarily think in the same lines, then you sort of need to sort of say, okay, I need to move on. I'm not saying that everything that I do is perfect. Maybe the way I think doesn't work with the restaurant that I was with. But at the end of the day, it totally depends on I think you as a human being and how you want to eventually grow.
Can I just congratulate you, Irfan? That is the longest answer I've ever heard on our show. This goes straight into, I think, the Prime Minister's Chaika Charcha category of huge monologues. But let me understand what you're saying here. So, is it fair to say that you don't you can't stay with one style, whether it's the restaurant or the food that you're serving or whatever it is. After a period of time, it finishes you as an artist. You need to just do something else, find something else to do. Is that what you're saying, or are you saying the market just determines that after some time you need to move on?
Well, no, I don't think the market determines that. You can decide that, like, for example, how long has Royal China been in India for? Just to give you an example. I mean, many,
15
14,
years, 10
15
years, 15.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah. How much has their menu actually changed? So if you need to, and it's that style of restaurant, because that's the way it is. It does not need to change its menu. When Cyrus wants to go eat at Chung Fun, he's going to go there, and he expects the same Chung Fun every time he goes there. You try to mess with that, and it changes the whole dynamic of the restaurant. Whereas
That's another
in the
that's
Sassy,
another question. Actually, I hope I remember to ask you a little later. Sorry to interrupt. Which is why do people go back to Chinese and tried and tested Indian? There are about 10, 12 dishes which people want to go back to for some reason in
yeah,
India. Lack
yeah.
of
I don't
adventurous
know.
spirit.
Yeah,
Well,
I think
you
so.
you feel
which
that's
is which
true?
is why, no, I so for sure today at Soda Bottle Opener Wala, we're grappling with what to do next, because there's only so much you can do with say Parsi Irani food. There is, that's it, and then you're
That's not
stuck, and then
fair. Well,
so
there's lots of food, but the point is that people don't have a palate for it.
no,
Because
they don't.
unfortunately, in my father's generation, growing up in where you live, actually, South Bombay, all the areas, we had so many Parsi restaurants or Parsi Shirani restaurants, whatever you want to call
You
them,
did.
and they were
Yes,
full for the 60s,
yes,
70s,
yes.
80s Bombay. But now they're
Correct.
just dead, more or less, and
Yes,
they've all been
correct.
sold, or
and
so.
and and that's exactly what Soda Bottle Opener Wala is trying to do. It's trying to maintain the legacy of the Parsi Irani joints, and that's what we're trying to do. And so for us, more power to the Bawas,
No, no, no,
dude.
no. My point here was that they've got the Geo Parsi movement to save the Parsi.
Yeah,
Breed more, save the Parsi, produce more Parsis, and you guys have the Parsi Bonu movement to save the
yeah.
Parsi food. So it's a parallel movement. It makes a lot of sense. Yeah,
Correct.
yeah.
So I don't know. I think there's only so much that you can do with Parsi food, and so we're now grappling, saying, okay, what else next? What else can we do to make sure that the person who doesn't want to come in every day to eat at Dhansak has something else to eat? And this is exactly where your point comes in, that you have to maybe have those 10 or 12 or
Are you
15
saying, is Chef
items.
Irfan saying he's going to give us butter chicken and biryani and chili chicken with fried rice? He's
No,
going to
no,
come on a
no, no,
Parsi
no
Bonu menu.
chili, no chili chicken with fried rice, nothing like that.
Although I
But
love that.
we're trying to get, I mean, you saw what we did at the Sassy Spoon. We were always innovating, and we were always trying to make sure that everything we were doing there was different. We you couldn't categorize the Sassy Spoon in any one sort of
And you've got that
uh,
pressure, Irfan, because people who know their food know that you're going to deliver something exotic, different, interesting, adventurous. Which is I think now difficult for you to get out of. Also, you'll have to keep
it's
doing that.
yeah, and so that's the thing. And what tends to happen in say, for example, the Soda Bottle Opener Wala, it works within a certain framework, and it's a little difficult to sort of move out of that. It was much easier for us to be able to do it when I was with Under the Over, with Indigo, with the Sassy Spoon, because the restaurants allowed you to be creative, and it gave you the liberty to be able to do stuff that you wanted to do, as long as it was within, as long as it was yummy, is where I'm going with this.
But it was also, you remained in the continental universe in terms of, if we go back to Under the Over, I think I
Yeah,
ate everything on the menu, and it's
yeah.
not like you went left field and we had some Chinese experiment or Thai or whatever. So
No, no,
with
no.
the Parsi Bonu, I think the problem you're having is that the market seems to not be there for so much interest in Parsi food. I know this is really sad, but that's the way it is.
Yeah,
It's one of the dying
yeah.
cuisines. Yeah,
It is, and it's sad because it's a phenomenal cuisine.
phenomenal.
It's yeah.
The
It's
average
superb.
Parsi lives to be 102. Adopt
Yeah,
their
exactly.
means. uh, we'll discuss COVID in a second, but we went a little forward. So let me just track. Last time we spoke, Sassy Spoon was big. That was your thing. Then you pushed that on. I think there were 2, 3 more outlets after that as well,
So I
and
consulted for a year, after a year and a half after the
and then you
Sassy
moved to
Spoon. then I moved to the Olive Group, and I am now country head of Soda Bottle Opener
So when
Wala.
did Yaucha and Hakkasan and all that happen?
So that happened after Indigo. So that happened in about 2010.
Oh,
So
okay.
I joined Hakkasan and Yawacha as their brand
So
chef.
just to show people how secular you are when comes to palate, because while we're promoting a very niche thing, which is Parsi Rani Bonu, you also go for the. I know it's a different style of Chinese that we were used to, but it became very popular overnight. So it's not like you have a one set food that you like over another set food.
No, no, not at all, not at all. I think the one thing that I
So you're
want
not
to
like the government
no,
who promotes one type of food, and I say
no,
food,
no, yeah,
not as a
yeah,
metaphor.
food. So the thing for me is, and this sound maybe slightly cliched, but Indian food has so much to offer, which we get stuck in those 10 or 12 dishes that you talk about, but there is just so much more to offer. Indian food is just so diverse, and I think we as a country are doing injustice to our culture and cuisine, because there is so much out there that you can give of yourself just by being so diverse, and we're not exploiting that. I think we as a country need to exploit our Indian food so much, so much, so much more.
You want more exploitation in this country, my friend? Good point. You'll get a ticket. You'll stand for election soon. Um, yeah. So no. So that was it. Then Sejo and the soul dish as well. Maybe our
Seju and the
timelines
soul
all over
dish
the
as
place.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Sejo and the Soul Dish was just before I joined Indigo. I had done a second stint with Under the Over, and then I joined these two really fun guys, Kishore and Nitin, and they had a restaurant called Potpourri and Lemongrass Cafe, and
At
it was
Bandra at
their
the
in
junction,
Bandra.
the
That's
HDFC
correct.
junction
That's
thing. Yeah, yeah,
correct.
yeah,
Yes, 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 correct.
yeah. It was lovely with that
And
open air
yes,
space and all
yes,
that.
it was phenomenal for its time.
Yeah.
It was just amazing, and so they of course wanted to do Sejo and the Soul Dish, and that was their dream project. Um, and so I went to Singapore. I studied Pan Asian food for a bit, and I think for in the beginning we just rocked the place. It was a fun space. It was a super place to work in. But at some point, I also felt that just different thoughts, and so eventually it came to a situation where I was. Okay, you know what, now it's maybe, see, again, it totally depends on the environment also. There could be some phenomenal people, but there you could be working with a bunch of not so phenomenal people. I'm not going to use expletives here, but and that's what
And feel free to
eventually
name names, because ours is all about
no,
controversy. Anybody who sucks was an absolute prick. Please put out the name and the Aadhaar card information, because it'll be celebrated by people watching. Yeah.
so yeah, so the minute you have a different, your ethics change, um then it, for me, it doesn't work. I think it's important to be true to what you do. Like I said, I'm no saint, but I think it's very important to you live one life, and you need to be
This is
ethical,
a
just
good.
like you. I mean, I aspire to be like Cyrus
Right,
Mehta.
fair enough. But once the guest starts the sarcasm, it's all downhill from there. But chef, the interesting point is, see, people like you enter into business. I would presume a lot of times it's a cold like contact. You don't really know the person or whatever. You just have a feel that this will work, and you have the same maybe vision, but it can't always be
Correct.
correct. So there's a
No,
human
you can't.
factor.
You can't.
So is there ever a desire to just be on your own completely, where you don't have a
There is.
partner? Yeah.
There still is. Unfortunately, financially, you do necessarily maybe need a partner. But that being said, if you can work your contracts out correctly, where they have no
Say over
say
the yeah.
in what you're doing, you're okay as long as the money comes in. See, Cyrus, at the end of the day, nobody's going to put money into a lost cause, and then that's where I come in, right? To make sure that we
Are
make money
profitable.
from the
Yeah.
place. Yeah,
But,
it's important. But yeah, without a
now
doubt, it's
you've
always
opened the
good
Pandora's
to.
box. Sorry again to interrupt, but which is, I wanted to ask you this as well, because we're in the middle of this stupid pandemic, and it's part two of it. and the threats every day in the media about this wave and Delta's aunt and Delta's uncle coming to haunt you, etc. And one of the worst, as a food lover, as a guy who eats out all the time, I mean, it's very elitist of us to say that when people are dying, etc. I know, but at the end of the day, I'm a selfish bastard, and I'm so upset that a the it's not open second half of the day. B, I went to a couple of my places that I go to in South Bombay, and half the staff have been retrenched and gone, etc., etc.
Yeah,
So A,
yeah.
how do you cope? B, honestly, what's the hope now? Because the losses are a lot, and so going forward, what should the government do to help the food industry stay afloat? I mean, not everybody's like you, well connected. There are enough smaller time fellows who were just sinking.
Sure, sure. No, it's been the second wave, and the second lockdown has been absolutely terrible. The first wave was bad enough where we were shut for 6 months, no business at all, but at least there were some reserves. When we reopened after the first lockdown, a lot of those reserves were used to get the restaurants up and running
Going.
again. And when the second lockdown happened, all those reserves were used up, and now when we come to trying when we're trying to reopen again, we don't have any of those reserves. And like you said, unfortunately, the people who are one down the line. So you send them home to their gaos, hoping that they'd be able to do something in the gao, whether it's start a small little thela, whether it's to do kheti, whether it's to open a small little kirana shop. A lot of my chefs have done that. A lot of my chefs are calling me and asking me when we would be able to reopen. And the
Come
thing
back.
about the Olive Group is that we're 28 restaurants strong, and so we now need to be very prudent in trying to open the ones which we know will really do well, as opposed to, and take a little more time opening the ones which we know are not huge money spinners, because there's always a trade-off, right? And so, as a company, if you want to stay afloat and you want to make sure that in the future you can bring those guys back, you need to be a little more prudent about. Um,
But my point is, in the West, in many of the countries, the government has taken some of the beating for the entrepreneur. Okay, in many of the small scale industries and above.
yeah,
So, shouldn't the government also come to the party here a little bit? I mean, there's
they,
so many
they
smaller businesses where they don't have a chance, like gyms, dancing academies. I mean, tutorials. I mean, they just don't have a chance.
no, they don't. And the sad part is, Cyrus, as an industry, I don't know the exact numbers, but we employ lakhs and lakhs, if not crores of people. We have got nothing. It started off with the ITC, which is the input tax credit, where we buy restaurants buy materials with 18% GST, but we charge 5% GST. So we can't offset what we pay towards what we receive. Otherwise, you were able to do that, and so your 18% was sort of nullified.
Correct.
We haven't been given that benefit. They have been, so I was speaking to a few of the chefs who worked with me abroad. They get paid by the government in England up to
There you go.
80% of their
There
salaries.
you go. And England
We
lost the
haven't,
final in spite of that.
and England lost the final, and then they were very violent about it.
And they attacked all the non-white people in the kitchen. But that's their
Exactly.
problem. Yeah.
Yeah, that's their problem. That's their problem. But that's it. They just, nobody cares. See, I honestly feel nobody cares enough in this country to take this country forward.
No, no,
We're just
you're
all
right, and
individualistic.
this has exposed the humanity factor here. This whole
It has.
pandemic, because the government, this laissez-faire or whatever you want to call it, welfare state, that kind of thing has gone out of the window for me. Because nobody's questioning the fact that nothing is coming in, and people are just supposed to kowtow and obey rules. Which after
Exactly.
some time the lockdown
Exactly.
is corrupt. It's a corrupt form. Because you're
It's
just
it's
killing a
it's terrible.
person from the
Yeah.
stomach.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
confidence.
It's
Like, how do you tell your guy who you let go of that the guy's done nothing wrong? It's just
yeah.
numbers.
Exactly.
You just can't afford
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
And that's a horrible
Yeah.
thought. At least let him fail
It's
and then feel bad about himself and improve and come back. But yeah, he's done
yeah.
nothing wrong. He's
Yeah.
just
He's
too
done
many
nothing
people.
wrong. Yeah. He's done nothing wrong. And the problem is, for people at their level, they think about it as the restaurant who's screwing you, and it's not.
Yeah,
It's. And I try to
it's
explain to
not.
them, this is happening around the world. It's not just our company.
Who do I call? Who do I call in government, center or state? You tell me, Irfan, I'll make the call now. Who do I call to
Kunal
rectify this?
Vijayakar.
Kunal is useless. He's fast asleep after his ballet class. He's learning ballet. He's trying to reinvent himself as a synchronized swimmer come ballet expert. But I mean, we're joking about this, but it really, I don't know how people are not upset and there's no sense of revolution sometimes over
No,
this. That people
it's
cannot
sad.
go to work and that the state doesn't want to sponsor that situation. You want to keep people at home. All the states of the world are saying, okay, we're helping you. If not
Yeah,
80%, give 35%.
give
Help the,
something.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
so that there's a chance of compromise. And you guys, the entrepreneurs, come through from one end, they come through from one end, and the guy in the middle doesn't die. Now he's getting
No,
screwed by
exactly,
pandemic, he's getting screwed by
exactly.
the economics,
The
and
the
there's no
the
future.
the biggest problem is we are spending money on unnecessary things, and it's blatantly out there. And that's where the issue. That's where everything. How do you decide what is more important, a human life or building a huge infrastructure project, which is completely unnecessary? I wouldn't even
I know
call
what
it
I know what
infrastructure.
you're
It's
talking about, but I would also like to point fingers at the melas. I won't say what melas, but there are many melas across the country
yeah,
which are
yeah,
carrying
yeah.
on with pomp and splendor. Yeah, I mean, you're right.
Correct,
You're absolutely right.
correct.
You're not letting this guy, the waiter, serve at a restaurant when he's
Yeah,
working hard to do that. To travels
correct.
3 hours a day in the
Yes,
Mumbai
yes,
parlance,
yes.
etc., etc.,
Yeah,
etc., and feeds maybe 5 to 7 people from his income alone.
he does.
And
He
against
does.
that,
Yeah,
you're
without a
allowing the
doubt.
ridiculous melas and all these, people are having holidays, having a great time, but you won't let our restaurants run. Doesn't make any sense.
No, it doesn't make it makes absolutely. There's no
You
perspective,
want me
Cyrus,
as a
and
leader,
I
Irfan,
think
you
that's
say it.
what.
You want me as a leader,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
say it, put it out there, just send
that's
send
it.
a
You
message.
just make sure that you still go to the gym 2 or 3 hours a day, but you can be my leader for sure.
Well, I mean, I was lucky enough to be able to afford, buy some equipment, put it in my compound, and continue working out. The guy I
Yeah,
bought it from had to shut his gym. He's a pal of mine, but he's a small time gym guy in Tardeo.
correct, correct,
And the
correct.
middle class women would come to his gym more or less as a clientele, and they refused to come.
Yeah,
Even once it
exactly.
opened. So he just sank.
Yeah,
6 months,
yeah,
eight
yeah,
months, he was
yeah,
paying EMI. So
yeah,
I bought it off him to help him a little bit also, and of course to help myself. But I
yeah.
mean, these are sad stories. That was his dream.
Exactly. Yeah, I
He was
no, no,
only in his
true.
30s, and you screwed his mind.
Yeah, and that's true. You're right. It's not just about you losing everything
It's
financially, but
confidence
it's
also,
it's
yeah.
it's very, yeah. It's a big mental
Because cut to
issue
Irfan, in that
too.
particular case, this guy, gentleman, he was doing really well in a sense, because he came from nowhere. He put up a small gym on his own. He's taken
Yeah.
loans here, there, and everywhere, and he had a good market. He had all these
Yes.
middle class women in
Yes.
the area coming and training there, and a few
Sure.
serious guys in the
Sure.
morning, which
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
And then it's all gone because they won't come to a gym. It take years to go
Yeah.
back to a small gym.
Correct.
You can just
Correct.
do the maths
Correct.
on that one, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
No.
yeah.
Terrible. Terrible.
Someone is to blame. Someone is to blame. I just feel that the and forget the elite of India. You haven't helped anyone. We won't even get to the immigrants who are walking around like headless
Yeah.
chickens. We
Correct.
won't even
Correct.
talk about the
Correct.
people who don't have jobs and the
Yeah.
industries. Yours is a big one, and they've done nothing. Think of the smaller ones.
Absolutely.
Who
Yeah,
have no
exactly.
profile.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. And we're one of the bigger companies, and you are able to stay afloat. What happens to the smaller guys? I know
there you
so
go.
many restaurants which have had to shut down because it's just not.
My Ramu Bale. I mean, he has Ram in his name, and they still took him out. Ramu Bale is my Balewala from downstairs. He's not been back for the last 8 months. I
But he
miss
must be
him.
in the Gao
He's in the Gaon, but he can't see me bail from there. But if I call him on his mobile phone, he's actually come and deliver
on
it.
VFast.
No, he just says Ramo Bail. It's on the phone. I can share the number with you, but now it won't come to you for some time. But $30, still worth it. You
Yeah,
know,
still worth it. Yeah.
yeah, $30,
I
six
haven't
pieces of
eaten. I
sev
haven't
puri.
eaten Bale and Chaat for ages. Yeah.
Bro, those are what are you saying? You can't let go
Yeah,
of those
man.
simple pleasures of life.
I know. I
Oh,
know. I should.
oh. Anyway, listen, we're going to take a quick break. We'll call Silvery in. Let's talk about happier things. Silvery, please come in. The break is over. I've declared it over as the new leader of India. I've just taken over the country. I'm also taking over Japan for the Tokyo Olympics. So anybody wants tickets, just talk to me. Yeah. Hey, Irfan, did you watch the Euro final?
So I didn't stay awake. And then somebody said, "Listen," because I too late for me. So somebody said, "You know," I said I recorded it, but they said, "Why? Just watch the half an hour highlights." So I watched the half an hour highlights yesterday.
But you knew the result, huh?
Yeah, somebody told me.
What's the point of that? Yeah, that's
I
no
know, yeah,
fun.
but now somebody sent me a message saying the British don't know how to win, and then I was like, so obviously they lost, and so there that went south.
No, but I think we've perpetrated into Britain's consciousness because there's too many name calling. Name calling is our thing. The moment it happened, the three guys who missed happened to be of non-white descent,
Yes, correct.
non-ethnic descent,
Yeah,
and boom, 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 social media goes berserk, and the racist tirade starts, which reminds you of
correct.
home. The
Yeah,
moment they
yeah,
can
yeah,
find, you
completely.
can
That's
pigeonhole
so.
somebody, and
I was,
go
I
for it,
was
man. Yeah, no,
I was
please,
reading in the
Irfan.
paper today saying, and they said that it's sad, and they should catch the perpetrators, and being racist is just not this thing. And I'm thinking, what are they talking about? It's so blatant in our own country, but they don't say
The
anything
irony in
about
the
that
pot
here.
calling the kettle black, literally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Absolutely, absolutely.
No, no,
Sad.
that's why with the Black Lives Matter movement and all, there's a lot of positivity across the world in certain pockets and all. I just think
There
in
is.
India we're so far behind because
No,
the
no way.
prejudice layers are much more than black, white, Muslim, Hindu.
Yes,
It goes beyond
yes,
all the obvious ones. I mean, you don't
yes.
like a guy in the lift. You
Yeah,
don't want him in the lift with you because he's of the same class, or you just don't
correct.
have a conversation. I mean, we are
Yeah.
the worst when it comes to
We're
that.
the worst. We're the worst. And
Oh,
I think what also helps being in our industry is you are exposed to so many people of different stratas, of different castes, of different religions. It's amazing how we work as a whole.
together.
It's testament to how a country should run. I mean, I can't put it literally, but it's just amazing. We have people from all castes, creeds, religions, and everyone at different levels. And there has to be mutual respect for you to be
Irfan,
able to work together.
my dad told me at a wise man told me at a very young age that we should only differentiate on one reason alone: ugliness. If the person's ugly, you should avoid them. That's the only thing we should differentiate on. I don't believe in all this other crap. Yeah. Silvery, what do you say as a solid stand-up comedian? Comedian. I
And an
mean,
ugly
art
person.
in
Yes,
India,
I
art to,
agree.
art to some extent is a secular part of India, in a sense. Okay, left-leaning or whatever it takes, but definitely at least there's hope in that sense, right? I don't think
Yeah,
stand-up comedy
absolutely.
has any. Do we have any right-wing stand-up comedians? I mean,
Not really.
intentional comedians.
Uh, I mean, there are not really in India, I don't think, but in America there are a couple. Like Nick DiPaolo is a very famous right wing stand-up comedian, and he's
he's
very
like a
funny.
supremacist,
But not a
but he's like
supremacist.
anti.
Yeah, but he was still like in Trump's camp, and he makes right wing jokes, and they're all like really funny. He's a great joke writer. Check him out, Nick DiPaolo.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you may make a joke because you don't agree with the subject. I mean,
Correct. Yeah,
not to
that's true.
pontificate, but yeah, how do we tell what the intent is? Yeah, like I very often say the MC word while driving, but I don't mean abuse. I just say it
Yeah,
to
yeah,
a
none
person
of us do.
passing.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
correct.
Yeah,
the
and
intent is always difficult to
yeah,
call. Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
In the
go on.
restaurant business, we're using explicit
Expletives,
bad words all the
fucking
time.
expletives.
All
Yeah.
the time, and it's never meant in any bad way. It's always it's always out of good humor. And so
Yeah, but
yeah.
it's a pressure job also. So I can understand there must be, peak traffic, big names have come, whatever, a huge booking. I'm sure there are times when there's stress. Same thing happens
Oh,
in
lots.
television or any.
Yeah,
I mean, people have to be big boys. I don't have a problem with all that. I think if people lose their tempers, also not a problem. But at the end of the day, when things are over, you got to make sure that everybody's happy. It can't
yeah,
just
correct.
fester into some sort of cancer and
No, it can't.
there's a
It can't.
divide.
You're right.
That shouldn't happen. Yeah, but I totally accept the pressure situation causes us to misbehave a little bit. Look at marriage. Every day we fight. I don't fight with my wife, but with other people's wives. Because I'm like, why aren't you coming over? She's gone. I got 3 days off. Nothing. Silver, you don't respond because you don't know what Irfan and I go through. You're a single male
I don't.
living with your parents in Powai. So fuck off, to use a chef expletive. Yeah.
He's a happy man.
Yeah, what does he know? Look how happy he looks. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Should
Let's
we get to the
yeah,
AMAs?
let's go to the AMAs.
All right, sure. The first one comes in from Kashin Shetty. Hey, Kashin. He says, hello, Irfan. Between serving people familiar food they grew up with and making them try something out of the box, which has been more rewarding for you, considering we Indians stick to what we know
Yeah,
anyway?
you sort of discussed this right at the top.
Yeah.
I did. Yeah. No, for me, it's
But
definitely serving them something that's out of the box. And it's just so important to be able to do that because I think as a chef, the most important thing is don't try too hard. Don't try to take something that's nice and simple, and then try and blow it out of proportion, and then everything gets messed up. Stick to your core, stick to making sure that it's good. For me, I all I want to do is make sure that my food is yummy. That's my
But Irfan, let's just
ethos.
take that a little bit further. I mean, you're the guy to answer this more than any of us. Let's face it, we are a conservative people when it comes to food, or
Yeah.
maybe in every other way also. My wife, for example, is much more adventurous than I am. If we travel or if we go to say Sassy Spoon in the old days, would like to try different things. I would stick to the same thing. It's like a how do you change a mindset when a person is just not flexible? Which is a lot of people. And before that, please have your Bonvita, which keeps you robust and fit. Yeah.
So look, for me, in my restaurants, one thing I've always said to customers is try it out. If you don't like it, you don't have to pay for it. I mean, you need to be confident enough that what you're serving them is not too experimental, but it's got to be superb. And if you are confident enough to make sure that you can even just go ahead and tell the person that don't pay for it if you don't like it, I think that's half the battle won, because they know that you are convinced that you have a really, really good product.
But just hopping on that for a second more, perhaps when we go abroad or when we go to other cultures, we are a little bit more adventurous, right? We have
We
to
are.
maybe sometimes or
We have
whatever.
to be.
But
Yeah,
when we're
unless you're
back
going with
home,
Kesari tours and they're cooking for you.
I've done that as well. But I've done that like an anchor. You know, the gigs we have to take. It's like some restaurants you worked in. You know, you had to pay your bills, so
Yeah.
it all comes in your portfolio. You can't point fingers at anyone else.
Yeah.
But I just feel that when we're back home and in our own territory and area, we tend to go for the same, all of us, especially the Indian men, tend to go for the same 5, 6 things that they like. Yet they come to a chef Irfan's restaurant, which is known for its exotic, adventurous streak. And yet they'll ask for the same tried and tested stuff, or they'll literally stick to 2 or 3 dishes on your menu, which you'll get anywhere, which is
Yeah.
what you've
Yeah.
just put
Yeah.
there to kill time.
Correct. Like
So
the
there's no
pasta
way to
and pink
make that
sauce.
change. Yeah, there
No,
you
it's
go.
very tough. It's very tough.
Yeah.
So you will have a whole bunch of people who are not going to change. But it's part of what we have to deal with. And so
Hey,
if
tell
you
us.
have somebody like tell me.
No, tell us about some of the customers. Because I'm sure that I've seen guys. We used to shoot a bakra thing in a restaurant, and so we used to observe them for hours. Go through an entire menu and then ask for something ridiculously cheap. I mean, you ask for the French fries or the pasta, as you said. But guys asked you 10 questions, Spanish and French names you couldn't pronounce. You've gone
Yeah.
through everything with them, and then the guy says, "I'll have the French fries."
Yeah. No, it's terrible. Yeah, it's the I think I've been very lucky because the restaurants that I have worked in have had the sort of people coming in uh, who are actually slightly more adventurous. They need to sort of buckle in to the kids, because the kid will say, I just want a pasta and I just want a pink sauce and I just want a tomato cream sauce, and that's what your pink pasta is. And so you do have a couple of those. Luckily I've had people who've come and tried to teach me how to cook. Yeah, Cyrus. I
Superb.
cannot tell you. It's sometimes and then you don't know you don't know what to say. It's like, no, you should have done this, and I'm like, okay.
So what do you
Yeah.
do? You just stand there and smile nicely.
Yeah, you smile nicely. I can get away with it. I crack a joke, and sort of, you need to be able to gauge a person also to make sure that they can take the joke. And you need to be very subtle about it, and you don't crack it at them, but in general, and then so you're sort of pretty much sorted.
Why would you take panga with a chef? Especially before eating. Why? I mean, he has the
Because
power to destroy you forever.
No, we're not that we're not
Oh,
that
please
bad.
do. Some customers suck. Why are you being nice? I hate those customers. I hate the ones who complain, man. I mean, I'm a complainer, but I don't complain in the restaurant. I
Yeah, I
just
never
think it's
complain in a
ridiculous.
restaurant.
Why would
I'll
you
never
complain in the
complain.
restaurant?
I might
Yeah.
tell them that there was this issue, but this is my personal point of
No,
view.
but
And
you're in the business, so you telling them is different. I'm saying as a customer who comes in, I mean, why would you disrespect them like that? There's no point. You eat
yeah,
their
there's no
food, and if
point.
you don't go back again, you don't
Yeah, exactly.
patronize
Finish.
it.
Yeah, khalas. That's it.
It's not like stand-up comedians who really suck, Silvery. I mean, those guys are pricks. They're bloody loudmouth, opinionated fuckheads. Who gave them the right to discuss what's right or wrong in this country? There's nothing wrong. Country is perfect. Yeah. Nakabandi at 8:15 in the morning with nobody standing there. Just
Yeah,
put the
with nobody
barricades and they
standing
walk
there.
off and they leave.
No,
The
terrible.
barricades are there, and so we are all struggling to go through, and we have a jam for no reason.
No,
It's
it's
so
terrible.
pointless.
Yeah, it's very
And they're all
pointless.
huddled
Completely
inside the
pointless.
van because it's pouring.
Yeah,
Stand in the
Yeah.
rain. Do your work. You
yeah,
love your work so much. Trying to find
yeah.
a terrorist
Or move
or whatever the hell you're finding.
or move the barricades.
They never move the barricade. It's too
No,
much
they never
work.
move the barricades. Yeah.
No. God, really. Don't feed them. They should be suspended for 2 years. Hey, by the way, Sylvia, have you eaten at any of his restaurants? Under the
Yeah.
over, your parents must have been dating, so that we'll let go of.
Yeah, Under the
Then
Over, I've never been to. But I've been to Soda
lovely.
Bottle
It was
Open Wala.
lovely.
I've been to Sassy Spoon also. Both
But
are
Soda
great.
Bottle Open Wala is more Parsi food. So do you like Parsi
Yeah, I
food?
love soda. I love Pasi. I love the Bori. I think they have the Bori Keema Pav, which is an
Yeah.
ultimate. Oh man, it's just amazing.
Straight away,
My
he
mouth started
insults the
watering right
Parsis
now. Just talking
while
about it.
praising the Boris and causing divisive politics unnecessary into minorities who need to be looked after in this country. One is like negligible, one is just above negligible. So what the
Yeah.
hell are you doing? Really? But
Also not a
yeah,
typical dish that people would order, I'm sure, because it's not a Parsi dish. But the bhuna chicken sandwich, I must say, is
not a
amazing.
Parsi dish.
At
Yeah,
not
it's
a
very
Parsi
good.
dish, but
It's
they do
very
have
good.
it, and I love sandwiches, so it's excellent. Yeah.
Have you gone to Yaucha, Sejo and the Soul Dish? I think that would have also been before your time.
No,
Yeah,
Um,
haven't.
Seju and the
Sorry.
Soul Dish was before his time.
and okay, what about Sassy Spoon? Sassy Spoon
Sassy
is
Spoon I've been.
fabulous.
Yeah, Sassy Spoon. Yeah, there's one in Powai also, and yeah, really, really wonderful, really nice.
Okay, so chef, your tentacles are everywhere. You have touched generations. Because I'm your generation, and this could have been our kid. I mean, we'd have
Yeah,
to get a donor,
I
and
know.
we'd have to have a governess at home and all that because you work long hours. Yeah. Next one, bro.
All right, next one comes in from Rahul Bansal. He says, "What has been the overall impact of delivery services without naming any? And are they turning into a monopoly slash duopoly? So you see their role changing in the future?"
And now they're charging us all the time, bro. What's this, Irfan?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have to pay
yeah.
45 bucks extra for the
Charging
tip,
too much.
which I anyway give
Yeah.
the tip. Why am I giving
They
45 bucks, which goes in the tip and some transport and boxes?
yeah,
Zomato.
yeah.
Get 'em out. Zomato giving me trouble. Oh,
Yeah, so it's I think it's a double-edged sword. The problem that we're part of an organization which is against Swiggy and Zomato. I'm not going to get into a lot of details, but because they have a monopoly on the market,
yeah.
and the commissions that they charge are fairly high. It's sort of you want to do the business, but you're not making as much money as you should, because anyway delivery business is you're not going to get as much revenue doing deliveries as you would when you have a dine-in scenario. And so what tends to happen with Swiggies and Zomatos is it's all about discovery. If you're not on those platforms, you are not going to get those orders, because when people open Zomato and Swiggy, they give you the opportunity to get discovered. Now that's what we allowed them to do. They have taken advantage of it, and now the industry seems to be crying a lot. Do I agree with the way they function? Maybe not. I think it was a very sound plan on their front. They've been able to wing it, and we are now stuck in this rut where
But
I
it's
think
also
the best. Yeah, go ahead.
sorry. No, Irfan, it's just the opportunity came their way. So you can see
It
that
did.
from that perspective, they got one lockdown, they got a second lockdown, it suddenly became top of the hill because
Exactly.
everybody needs them more than they need everybody else.
Exactly.
For this point.
Exactly. And
If the world
so
changes, that whole dynamic will change. But in the meantime, they have exploited the situation. Let's be open about it.
completely. So they exploited the situation way back when, before COVID and everything, and they had
Oh,
Zomato Gold, where you would go to a restaurant and you would get that discount. And what would tend to happen was,
yes.
and that was where the restaurant fraternity got together and made sure that they stopped Zomato Gold, because people who were on Zomato Gold would get the advantage of having the guests coming in, and those who didn't, because people would actually choose restaurants based on where they would get a discount.
Correct.
Indians are like that only. We want
like-
everything for
They call it
free.
the gold spot,
We're
the gold
we're
spot
very
crown
entitled.
philosophy. Yeah.
I have to say, I've
Whatever
done
crown
that.
offers.
I've done the Zomato
Yeah.
Gold thing.
No,
But
not just
that's-
you. Everyone in the
not just
podcast,
you.
Irfan, that was working,
Yeah.
the younger guys working, all of them follow this philosophy
Yeah,
to
correct.
the letter. Depending on what their advantages are, that's where we go.
Exactly. That's what you do. And that's really messed up, man. And that finally everyone got together, got off Zomato Gold, and finally they had to remove it from their platform. But the delivery space has gone crazy.
But respect for what you said to the CEO on a Zoom call just the other day. You called him up and said, "What's Zomato with you?" I thought that was fabulous. Let's move on to the next point.
Antariksh,
All right.
you get this a lot
Next,
from Cyrus.
He's on heavy medication. This is 700 plus podcast.
All right.
he's actually 11 years old. I mean, he's just aged. Yeah.
Yeah, correct. It's I get
Silvery, yeah,
facial
sorry.
hair very soon. Yes. This one comes in from Mohammad Shakir. He says, "How has Indian food changed in the last decade, and how difficult is it to reinvent yourself?" I think he's asking
It's a
reinvent
tough
yourself.
question. Tough question.
Yeah.
So I'll tell you what. I don't think Indian food has changed at all in the last decade. I think it's just become a lot more visible. I think people are now being able to travel a lot more. Suddenly, you have these younger chefs who've come in who've also realized that there's so much more to Indian food than just dal makhani and butter chicken and tandoor chicken. There is, I think for us to have been able, I think social media, the internet has managed in bringing the country closer, culture wise, and so you are now able to, with a click of a button, know exactly what other communities and other states serve. So I think nothing has changed about Indian food. It's just that it's now just a lot more visible, and you have younger chefs who are using that to make sure that we can bring food from other communities and other states to your doorstep today. To the second part, to reinvent yourself, I think it's all about a mindset. I think it's all about not being stubborn. It's about having the correct perspective and being able to say that, yeah, Cyrus and I are pushing 70 right now, and we've decided not to.
Go ahead. Fair enough.
We've decided
collective effort there.
we're constantly reinventing ourselves. I think you need to not be stubborn. You have a lot of people who are stubborn and who will say, "I am not going to change the way this happens," and you will have things which you can't change, but there are things which you can and you must.
It's also the whole funda of the government job growing up in the 80s and 90s, which is that you go to work and then you just clock in and then you clock out and nothing really changes. And at 59, you get a watch and you come home or whatever it is.
Correct.
So I think for the modern entrepreneur like yourself, I mean, the whole idea is that you need to have skin in the game. You need to have some blood running in your veins. And doesn't that happen when you change and have a new challenge? Then suddenly you have to reinvent this restaurant or start a new restaurant, or as you have done with Olive, for example.
No, absolutely.
You're happy to go to work, because
but
the
yeah,
challenges
you are, and that's so important. When I
that
came
with marriage?
into
Don't answer
I
that, chef.
came,
You're pushing 70, you need her.
no,
Who'll
I'm
change the
telling
fucking
you,
diapers, boy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you need to be driven. You need to know that there is something new that you can constantly do, whether it's making the best dhansak, whether it's making the best chicken Dijonnaise, whether it's it's just all about trying to make sure that you are constantly just trying to do better. And like the thing is, it's to make sure when you reinvent yourself, you're not trying too hard. I think that's the most important thing. Be true to what you're doing. Don't I like one thing that I think that really hasn't worked in India is molecular gastronomy, where you're changing you're using chemicals to change how food feels and how it looks, and your experience is very different, but it just doesn't work because for me
Steak
it's
and
just about
ganja.
keeping it
Interesting.
it's just about keeping it simple. Don't overcomplicate it. That's my funda.
The message for you, Silvery, from Irfan is that you don't stay in the same place forever. You get this podcast now, enough of it. Do something else with your life. I think he's being very
Okay.
clear here. Yeah.
Okay, I get it. I
Find
get it.
find
I
the
get the
molecular
hiccup.
the molecular dissonance in your body. Yeah.
All right.
No, but
Uh,
just one thing I'd like to say. I think you're just lucky in a sense. I'm sure you consider yourself lucky that you get to do different things, because there are a lot of people who are stuck in a rut. I talk to friends I've grown up with, and they have family businesses and all, but they don't really grow sometimes.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
just financially, but even actually.
yeah,
If
yeah.
there's
Correct.
growth, something new, a new wing, the guy, has something to show. Otherwise, he's just clocked the same place for 40 years.
Yeah,
Not to say
yeah,
that's a
yeah,
bad thing, also, but
yeah. But
you die
yeah, no,
sometimes
no, I
inside.
agree. I think for me to have been able to work with such diverse cuisines has been phenomenal. The learning for me is just every day is a learning. Whether it's dealing with stuff, whether it's dealing with food. Parsi food is something I had never delved in till I, of course, joined
Oh,
Soda Bottle Opener Wala.
so you weren't a Parsi
So
food chef at all? I
no,
mean, you
no,
didn't.
never. Where did I this thing? And now I've got the
No,
best
no. I
recipe
know
for
you had
dhansak
your.
ever.
Really? That's a big statement,
Arey,
my brother. That's a big
I
one.
am going
Never
to.
make
So
that statement. I have a very
I
strong Parsi
I
clientele
don't.
watching.
So
Oh,
listen,
chef. No, no, no,
I
no, no.
am going to.
Huge.
I don't know. And I do some videos in Hindi because my Hindi sucks. And so I think it's fun. But I'm going to be posting a video on dhansak, dude. I'm telling you, try it. It is superb.
What color is your dal, just for the record?
So
Is it a very
it's
dark brown, lightish brown?
so at the restaurant it's sort of lightish brown, but the one which I make is a sort of darkish brown.
Okay, fair enough. See how racist we are, bro?
yeah, dark brown, light brown. What is going on?
Can you believe it after all that? The hypocrites?
yeah.
Yeah,
Uh,
but this is a huge thing. When it comes to your own family cuisine or whatever it is, your home community cuisine,
Yeah,
everybody wants to put their hand up and say, "Boss, I know the best about it."
yeah.
So for the Parsi community who are watching or listening, this is a big one. I think you should go and check out the
So not
soda
soda.
water
This is the
bottle
one.
opener.
This is the one I make at home.
But
The
then,
one
how
I
do we
make
get
at
it?
home is
How
so
do we get it?
I will make it for you one day and I'll send it
No, no, no.
across.
So you can't buy a stranger can't procure it. You don't have an
No,
online thing
stranger
where
can't
you.
procure it. You'll have to bribe
Yeah.
me.
Bro, that's then how do we know the truth? Yeah, because the truth is the third party. Like we get five guys, five Parsis, maybe and five non-Parsis who like Parsi food. 10 of them taste different options, blind tasting, and then they come up with a victor. These are
Okay,
huge debates in elite
that's too much of
society.
effort. I will send you some dansak. I will send Kunal
Silvery.
some dansak, and if I
Yeah.
like Antariksh enough, I might send him
No,
some dansak.
he's proven to be a Parsi food lover, although he went for Bori food after that immediately. But we'll let that go. We'll let that ball go away to the keeper. We'll just keep the bat up. Yeah. All right. Can we squeeze a
uh,
couple more? Yeah.
yes, sure, sure. Haha Simp. That's the name of the person. Haha Simp has a comment about the previous delivery question that we had. He says, order directly from restaurants, people. It helps the restaurants a lot more than you know.
I also agree. Irfan, I think
Yeah,
that's a good. I mean, what you're saving money. I save money if I go back to the restaurant now.
you do.
Yeah.
One I think it helps the restaurant because one, we're not paying commissions to Swiggy and Zomato. Number two, so that saves it really helps the restaurant absolutely. Number two is that you're saving
Jobs.
a lot. Yeah, jobs. You're creating jobs. Again, it all comes back down to the space where we need to compete with a Zomato and a Swiggy in terms of discoverability. If we use different platforms like DotPay and Thrive, where we then hire WeFast or whoever to come and bring the food over to you. Is there
So
a delivery charge? Yes, there is
convenience is going to be the thing now.
so,
How
so
convenient and quick is it for
exactly.
you, the consumer?
Yeah. Also, there you have restaurants who are well funded, who have enough money, who can turn around and say that we don't care about Zomato and Swiggy. But you have a lot of restaurants who depend on Zomato and Swiggy in spite of the high, because it's better to pay them a certain commission, but at least
And
you're
get a
selling
business.
food.
Yeah.
That's the, like I said, it's a double-edged sword, and it's really a toughie. So unless the fraternity gets together and really squeezes their tattas, you're really not gonna be able to.
Beta पूछना पड़ेगा तो पूछो. You want to know what it means? Beta, please put your hand up. Ask the
I know what
teacher.
it is.
Would you like visual delight, sir?
But yeah,
Yeah.
that's it's and it's I think it's at least the fight is happening, and the fight is on, and so I look at it as it's going to be win-win for all.
In the DNA of the Desi customer is conjusi. We all are conjuice. I get
Yeah.
very irritated because I like to tip the people. Tip for me should always be given by the per customer. I believe that's
Correct.
the one thing left. I don't
Yeah.
understand why they have started this thing that you guys started before. What's it called inside the bill where they, the service tax or whatever they call it, but not
Service
service
charge.
tax, but service charge, right?
Yeah.
And then I have to argue with friends, and they say no, but it's already whatever. I'm saying just let us tip, because tipping is the one humane factor. Similarly with the delivery boy, let us tip the guy. I just think that should be built-in charge. Let us tip. But unfortunately, Indians are not great tippers, so that's why this is
No, they're
happening.
not. So that's the biggest problem. And I think what happened was during the lockdown, because of they didn't want you to come in contact with anybody lest they have COVID and
That
you
was rubbish.
contract it too.
I
So
insisted on them coming up and embracing me if the food was good.
but that would be after the fact, right?
Yeah, that's true. He has to wait for half an hour, play with the dogs till then. Yeah. But the
So,
stupid building societies and their stupid rules,
yeah,
man.
and so
This
they
is
want
like
you
another.
to, and I've heard delivery boys saying that tip doesn't even come to us. So then I'm not even too sure if one
Yeah.
should tip them or not. So I
No,
don't
but
know how it works.
when you're
This
asking the
is-
guy to leave the thing in the lift and press the button and send the lift up with the food, you think the guy is sending anything back down? 20
No,
bucks?
he's not.
100 bucks?
Definitely
No.
not. Definitely
it.
not. Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. Yeah. We can't do anything about
Is-
the conjuicy.
Is there a best case scenario with respect to delivery apps? Like any change that you would like to see them implement, maybe that would be better for restaurants that they're not doing right now?
No, they've given them all their what they wanted and they sat on the table. Then you guys negotiate before pandemic or just after the first one?
No, so it totally depends. Newer restaurants tend to pay a lot more commissions because again they've got you by the
Need
short
based.
and curlies,
Yeah.
and so it totally depends on how you can negotiate with them and your negotiating power.
Yeah. Just coming back to the subject of tips. I have big tips. Just want to put that out there. He's lost his
Antariksha,
appetite.
you
We've
need to
killed-
get bonus just for listening to this.
he's a podcast delivery boy. Be nice to him, poor chap. Yeah. Should we
all
do
right.
one last one?
Yeah, one last one. This is slightly long, so it comes in from Anahita Pillai. She says, "Hi, Cyrus and Chef. I am from Ahmedabad, and whenever I visit Mumbai, I make it a point to visit one of the many Parsi restaurants and devour the delicacies, as we don't have it
Wow.
here. Despite the popularity of Parsi
Nothing in
cuisine,
Ahmedabad?
why is it in twilight? And is there any hope for revival? Also, does Cyrus plan to own a restaurant?"
I spoke to Irfan. I spoke to some of the owners of the, Kianis and those type of guys, the Ballet Pier, Rest Britannia, Ideal. And the big problem is the next generation doesn't want to do it. They're all doing MBAs in Sydney and all that, So
Yeah,
that's one
yeah.
problem, that the next generation is not interested in your gala business. So that's one huge issue. And the second is just Bombay, the simple Mumbai sitting having chai, bun maska, keema pao, all the things we grew up on. That's just been replaced by high level consumerism, where you have these slightly more fancy brands out there which people go for, I presume, or so it's just lost in a market where the guy has gone up or the guy has gone down, but not stayed.
Yeah. I think Cyrus, for a lot of these people, one, you're spot on when you say that all their kids want to eventually just do something else, because you need to be passionate about the restaurant
Exactly.
business. Like for me, I cannot think of doing anything else. So for me, this is my life. I can't. I will not do anything else. The other advantage that they have is that I think for a lot of these Irani places, they own their own property. And so they don't have to pay the rent. Yes, there is maintenance. Yes, there is thing. So there's no reason why they shouldn't think. I think it's important for us to make, which is what Soda Bottle Opener Wala tried to do anyways, to keep the legacy of the Irani food alive. I think if we can even help ourselves, but also help the dying Irani legacy to, for them to be able to say that, yeah, there is hope for us because our food is bloody good. I mean, who gives you a nice lacy cutlass, other
Yeah.
than a good Irani joint?
There's also the ambience and cultural thing which has changed. Like my grandfather grew up in Kianis, for example, because they lived in this area,
Yeah,
and but the world has shifted, and that does happen. We have to accept that. So these
yeah,
corner shops and all don't have the kind of power that they had then. They were
they
very
don't.
important in your life, but now
Yeah.
the choices are so much more. So I don't know. It's difficult to explain in just one
It's
reason
yeah,
to it.
it's yeah, Anaita. It's a tough thing to think. I think there's always hope for revival. You always hope that institutions like this, which are 100 and 110 years old, don't die a natural death. I honestly hope that doesn't happen. The Cyrus plan to own a restaurant, I don't think
Well,
that's such a good idea.
more than me. Yeah, I don't think I have a head for any of this. I love food, of course, but also I've got too many prejudices of my own. People irritate me. I'll be throwing them out of the restaurant all the time for no reason.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You have to you
Uh,
have to be you have to be
a
patient.
nice human being. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I have a friend called Kunal, who's some people think more than a friend. But like I keep saying, if I had to be gay, would I choose Kunal? I mean, use your head. Have you seen anything worse looking than that? I mean, come on, for God's sake, it's like having a penguin for a pet. Nobody wants that. That's not something you inherit. But he was interested, and people have approached him in the past. But chef, I think you should just break this myth. People think it's really glamorous and easy to own a restaurant because that
Yeah.
end sentence sounds great, but the kind
Yeah.
of work, the risk, and the stress and anxiety, not to mention
Yeah.
the certain amount of talent and marketing skills that you need, it's
Yeah.
not a joke from any angle. It just sounds great
No.
as a finished sentence. Own a
It
restaurant.
Yeah, yeah.
And what's the failure rate in
Everyone.
restaurants? What, 80%?
Oh,
Somewhere there?
I would think so. I would think so. And the thing is, everyone thinks that, oh, you're buying in credit and you're getting money in cash because everything is either cash or credit and comes straight into your account. But the overheads are insane. Your food costs and alcohol cost put together is 35%. Okay, then you have a labor cost of another 28%. License fees, rent. At the end of the day, if you can't make 20%, you're finished. And there are very few restaurants that can do that. And everyone thinks it's glamorous. Everyone thinks it's fun. It's bloody hard work. It's 14, 15 hours a day. It's not knowing. One day with an empty restaurant means you're it's
You got to
it's a
perform
bad.
every day. You can't even have like a bad week. You've got to,
Yeah,
it's got
exactly.
to be good all
Yeah,
the
yeah,
time.
you have to. Yeah.
You're under the synergy of everybody. And don't you guys take about a year, 2 years, 3 years to really break even, make money,
Yeah,
become a
if at all.
legacy?
Yeah.
It's if
Yeah.
at all. It's not like you can after 3 months sit back on your laurels.
No, not at
So
all. Not at all.
Anahita, which interesting Parsi first name, Pillai, Malayali surname, lovely for India. I hope more of that happens. I would love to own a restaurant, but I think I don't have. I just mess it up. I wouldn't even bother. Yeah, Silvery, you're saying your sound is gone, Silvery.
Yeah, your sound is gone.
One continuation to that question also. She says,
Yeah.
I would also like to know the story behind the long list of don'ts at Parsi cafes, like no smoking, credit, flirting, reading
beautiful.
newspaper, talking
Let me
loudly,
tell you, the
etc.
worst habit they had when I was a very young man, and it stopped at that point, was they would make the waiter take the bill from the customers. The customer's a chore. The prejudice is the customer is a chore. You have to pay his payment to the gala, and then you have to get the money from the customer. It's your problem. So that I mean, it's fabulous. Just and then all this, like filthy Indians who come here, please follow our rules. No kissing, no talking, no waiting, no this, no that.
Yeah, yeah.
Now
We
it's the
have
romanticized thing.
yeah, we have one now which says no
You have
talking
it,
about
yes.
COVID. We have a
Yeah.
whole list. It's just Anita, it's just for fun. There's no reason behind it. It's all
No.
about
Irfan, now it's for fun. Back in the 50s, 60s, it was serious. They threw people out and all for loitering.
yeah. No combing
Yeah.
your hair, no
No,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, why are
Yeah,
you
yeah.
combing your hair in a restaurant anyway? I mean, some of the rules make
Exactly.
sense.
Yeah, I know, it's ridiculous. And then you'll complain that there's hair in the food.
Exactly. I mean, honestly, some things are, and also just loitering. I don't know why people come to restaurants and just hang.
Yeah.
It's not a hang place. Eat your food and F off. Don't just
Yeah,
hang
correct.
there and wait for someone. They're coming, and those people come at 2:30 and you're sitting at 1. We have
Yeah,
to be
yeah,
stricter with our people.
yeah,
Our people
yeah.
they have no discipline. Really,
No,
why did
none
you
at
come
all.
back? You were doing fine in Philippines. Damn
Yeah.
you. But you were 10 when you made that executive decision, weren't you?
14.
14.
And
There
my
you
dad
go.
made the decision for me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Enough.
Well,
Oh, go to India now and meet Cyrus.
well, Akbar was fighting the second battle of Panipat at 15. So what the hell? 14, you
Yeah.
could have done better.
I could have.
Okay, Chef, this has been fabulous talking to you. I know it's been a tough time, but you guys are doing great. And let's hope the industry recovers because we're all food lovers here. And
Yeah.
we love what you've done with food. And we hope to enjoy your food. But with the blessings of this government, who I will call. So if we have to take action, we have to come to power. We need a party name. What should we call it?
Brochas. That's the
You
party
think
name.
that'll go into rustic India? It'll go down very well with
Yeah,
my
yeah.
Haryanvi
The
segment.
Brocha Janta Party.
The BJP
Yes,
part
we'll
2,
take it.
2.0. I salute thee. Irfan, you are our first
That's-
card carrying
that-
member of
That,
the
that's
BJP
not a
part
good
2.
idea.
BJP part 2, we serve beef. That's the whole.
Okay, I'm on. Yeah.
All right, guys. Chalo, see you. Have a good day, everyone.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
very much for having me, Cyrus.
Our
Thank you,
pleasure.
Antariksh.
Irfan.
Thank you so much, sir.